Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Film Room. I'm Brian Johannes, and on this episode, we're taking a look at Ohio State left tackle Paris Johnson Jr. Here's a guy that there's been a lot of hype of leading into the college football season. He played guard this past year for Ohio State, right guard. Now he's moved out to the left side, out at tackle, and I think he's living up to the billing as a potential top 10 2023 NFL draft prospects. So if you're not familiar with what these videos are, I'm going to take a look at game clips from Paris Johnson Jr., in this case, the game against Notre Dame, to kind of showcase the type of prospect he is. So as you're preparing for the NFL draft and you want to know more about Paris Johnson Jr., this is the place to go. So without further ado, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. First thing that jumped out to me about Paris Johnson Jr. is his athleticism. And on this play, lined up at the left tackle, he's going to go against Isaiah Foskey, one of the better edge defenders in this in college football. And Paris Johnson's able just to, he doesn't have to take this big drop back. It's only, about a 45-degree drop. And he's able to engage. And it looks like maybe Foskey's able to maybe get a little speed of power on him. But Paris Johnson is able to then reset his feet, anchor in, and then hold Foskey back to keep the pocket clean. And it's just his athleticism, his footwork that like I said, really jumped out to me and what I really liked. I had some reservations about him watching him this summer at right guard, trying to project what he's going to be as a left tackle. And I quickly saw in this game that I didn't have any of those. He has the athleticism. He's got that ability where he can get depth, he can move out with these talented edge rushers. And this is something that we're kind of seeing a little bit more of, and I liked out of Paris Johnson Jr. because it shows, his savviness and that. Here he's going to do a drop, and what I love is he's got his hands low, and usually you have your hands up ready to punch. But what we're seeing is a lot of these defensive ends, they want to swat at your hands. And so we're seeing offensive tackles counter that by keeping those hands low and making them, not showing their hands, and making them make them move. And that's what we see here out of Paris Johnson Jr. He's able to drop, and then he lets those hands go down, and he's able to then react, and he gets his, inside hand on the arm of the pass rusher, and then he's able to get those hands up to shut him down. And I think that's a little bit more of some nuance, some good skill development, and I really like that because he's got the athleticism to stay in front, and so he doesn't have to use his length right away. He doesn't have to try to use power. He can use his athleticism, stay in front, and then make that pass rusher make his move and then counter that. And so I love that, seeing that out of Paris Johnson Jr. We see another example of that here. Once again, going against Foskey, Paris Johnson Jr. is able to just make a quick set, get out there and attack him, and then get in that position to just keep him at bay. And I know he gets kind of a little off balance there at the end, but I just love that quickness to get set, be aggressive and go after him, and then get that hand inside and keep him at bay. And he, like I said, be a little nitpicky, lost a little balance, but he's able to stop, cut off the edge, make him have to redirect, and basically take him out of the play. Now, it's one thing to drop and get good depth because you could just get a quick jump and get back there. The good tackles, in my opinion, I want to see how can they redirect, because you're going to go against a pass rusher who's going to fake outside, cut inside, fake inside, cut outside. I want to see how you can react. How can you mirror the defenders? And in this case, Paris Johnson Jr. with the tight end on his side, he's able to start making like he's going to go left, and we see the defensive end is breaking inside, and he's able to quickly redirect, hop in to cut him off, and then stay with him to give his quarterback time. I mean, if we see right there, he was looking to go outside. That foot right here was going out like he was going to get, go outside, get depth. He sees that he's going inside, redirect, hop inside, engage, and then shut him out and let his quarterback give him a lane to throw the ball. Another example of his ability to redirect here, Paris Johnson Jr. is going to go outside, do a little quick set, but then this defender is going to make a quick hard cut inside, and Paris is able to redirect, get that inside hand on him initially, and then just be able to keep moving to cut him off. And it was just that one quick hand and then just that quick redirect that I like. As we see right here, quick hand in to kind of get a little stop to him, and then he just flips his hips and is able to be in a great position there to have a strong base, kind of cut him off. And we see Stroud then has a perfect lane to throw the ball in. And it just is his athleticism and even just his recognition. He sees that there, uses that hand, and then uses that quickness and athleticism to be able to cut inside and keep him at bay. Now, I showed you plenty of clips of Paris Johnson as a pass protector. We know the NFL is a passing league, but he's got to be able to run block as well. And Paris Johnson Jr. is not going to blow you away with his strength. He's not going to maul you. He might not even be able to steer guys, but he shows enough as a run blocker to really get you excited. Here against Notre Dame, he's going to be aggressive. And I think when he's aggressive in the pass game, that's when he's at his best. And he's going to attack at Foskey out here, number 7. And he's going to go after him and then get him moving outside. And I know Foskey's probably looking to set the edge, so he wants to keep that outside shoulder free. But Paris Johnson Jr. is able to get into him, get him moving outside, and then seal him off. And I know the ball went completely inside, away from him, but I still like this ability. He's not a power guy. He's more of an occupy, a wall you off, seal you type guy. But he shows enough little bit to get him outside so that he can seal him off. Now, I think Paris Johnson Jr. is going to be best suited in a zone-based running attack, using his athleticism, occupying blockers, sealing off guys. But he can use his athleticism to get to the second level. So on this play here, he's right here on the left tackle. He's going to use his lateral agility. He's able, as you see there, he's able to get down, make contact to pass the defensive tackle off, and then he's able to get to the second level to occupy Foskey, who was lined up as kind of like a stacked linebacker, allowing his running back to get by, and he got tackled for a gain. But it wasn't because of Johnson. He was able to occupy his guy, push his guy off and get to that second level. So you see that lateral agility and then that ability to redirect, get upfield, get to the second level. Love that out of him as a zone blocker. All right, and then in this last clip, once again, I like when he's more aggressive. When he goes after these defensive linemen, edge rushers, you see a little bit of push and power there. Here he is. Foskey's lined up out wide, 9 technique, and he's able to, on this run to his side, just burst off and get under him a little bit, not driving him into the ground or anything, but he's able to give him a nice little pop and push back and just create that little running lane for the running back. And it just, this is what he is as a blocker. He's not going to maul you. He's not going to, he might steer you a little bit, but he's just going to engage, seal you off, move you a tidge, and allow his running back running lanes. And I think he's best as a pass protector, but he's not a bad run defender. As you can see, there's a lot to like about Paris Johnson Jr. as an offensive tackle transitioning into the NFL. The thing I like the most is his athleticism. The NFL is a passing league. You have to be able to pass block. And we see that here. Not only has he got the lateral agility, the athleticism to get deep in his drops, but he's got good technique. He's got enough power. You just got to have good functional strength. You don't have to be a big, huge mauler. And Paris Johnson Jr. isn't that, but he's got enough functional strength to hold the point of attack, to anchor in, and to move defenders enough in the run game. And I think he's a guy that I wouldn't be shocked if he's a top 10 pick. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes even higher than the top 10. There's a lot to like about him. I like, at this point, Jalen Duncan Jr. or Jalen Duncan from Maryland better. But Paris Johnson Jr. is not far behind. And I don't know if he's going to be a fit in every single scheme. If you're going to power, man blocking, offense, I don't know if he's a guy that you really want where you're going to run the ball more. But like I said, it's a passing league in the NFL, and I think he can do that. I think he could be good with it. And whatever team ends up drafting him, he is an underclassman, but he's got good size. Once again, he's got good size too. He's 6'6", and he's got experience playing with guard. I think that helps. But he's, like I said, he's an underclassman, so he could declare early. He could wait another year. It all kind of depends. But I really like him. I think he's a stud, and I can't wait to see where he does end up getting drafted. So that's going to go ahead and do it for this episode of the Film Room. Remember to subscribe to get all of my content, and hit the bell for the notifications. While you're there, follow me on social media, draft_Brian, to get all your draft needs. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it may be, make sure you're following me on social media as well. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Until next time.